If Mr. Morgan were still head teacher, he would not permit such bad behavior. Were Mr. Morgan the head teacher, he wouldn't permit such bad behavior. So this is a speculation regarding the present. Anne, not Susan, is giving a concert at Carnegie Hall. It is Anne, not Susan, who is giving a concert at Carnegie Hall. The door could not be opened without using force. Only by using force could the door have been opened. Could the door be opened? Wait a second. The door could not be opened without using force. Only by using force could the door be opened. Okay. They will consider the issue at next week's meeting. The issue will be considered at next week's meeting. I think that you should go to the doctor. If I were you, I would go to the doctor. Mari left work early because she didn't feel too well. Not feeling too well, Annie left work early. She loved staying in the cottage. Her friends who visited her loved it too. She loved staying in the cottage, as did her friends who visited her there. Bob finished reading and put out the light. After Bob finished reading, he put out the light. Now, you don't need past perfect here because this is a sequence of two actions which happen quickly after each other, and there is no causation kind of between them, right? There's no direct consequence. Like in a case when you, for example, arrive at the platform too early and the train had already left, right? There you have like kind of a situation which you would like to where you would like to emphasize that one action happened before the other, whereas here it's just a sequence of two events which you can express with past simple. She has just finished her book. She started writing it in her 20s and at last it is finished. She has been writing her books in her 20s, so she started writing her book in her 20s and has finished it. So she started writing. Don't do it or I will shoot you, she said. She threatened to shoot me if I did it. Okay. Exercise 4. At school I always did well at maths. At school I was always good at maths. I know how I don't know enough about the machine, so I can't mend it myself. You need to use knew. So if I knew more about the machine, I would mend it or I could mend it myself. You didn't listen to me, so we went the wrong way. I remember this example. This is a mistake. We should have hadn't here. So if you didn't listen to me, we would wrong. If you hadn't listened to me, we would have gone the wrong way. I went to university only thanks to my parents, and never. If it hadn't been for my parents, I would have never gone to university. They wanted to see my passport, even though I was nowhere near the border. They insisted on seeing my passport, even though I was nowhere near the border. Have you seen Paul recently? She asked. She wanted to know if I had seen Paul recently. So present perfect gets turned into past perfect in reported speech. They took up horse riding 5 years ago and they still ride regularly. They have been riding for 5 years. Okay, fantastic. So test 3J is done and I'll see you in the next test.